Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Real Estate Pros podcast. My name is Mike Stansbury, and I've got a special guest from South Central LA, all the way from California, Cesar Mercado. How are you, sir?
Doing great. Thank you for having me today. I'm excited. This is my first time on the podcast. I have a lot to share.
Awesome. We're going to get into all that. But first, at Investor Fuel, the sponsors of the Real Estate Pros podcast, we help real estate investors, service providers, and real estate entrepreneurs 2 to 5x their businesses to allow them to build the businesses they've always wanted and to allow them to live the lives they've always dreamed of. Cesar, let me tell you something. One of the things I like about you, and I've read up on you, is you're doing a lot, and you're doing it at a young age. You're 24 years old, out in LA, and you're wholesaling. Tell me, how did you get in the business? What's your origin story?
My origin story, like every kid, for where I'm come from, South Central, the dream and the goal is to become rich and wealthy. So here comes my senior year. Everybody's applying for colleges. And I told myself, I don't want to go to college. There has to be a route. You need to make money, right? And real estate was always on my mind. I was always fascinated, right? Looking at Donald Trump movies, books, like this guy's killing in real estate. I knew I wanted to do it as well. Not too many people, Mexican, were doing it, so I knew I had to be that guy. So I go to my local community college, take every single real estate course that they had, did some internships at some brokerages. And I remember walking to the brokerages every single week. And I'll look at the parking lot. I'll walk into the office. I'll see the agents. What are they wearing? Their watches. And I told myself, agents aren't making as much as I thought they would, right? I thought they all would drive Mercedes, BMWs, had, $1,000 Italian suits. That's what I pictured a real estate agent would look like. And I told myself, there has to be a different way. There has to be a different way to make money without little too much. And going into the internships, I started talking to some of the agents, and I heard the word wholesale. Wholesale. And I was like, what's that? Oh, that's essentially when you find distressed property, find an investor, and you make the difference. Really? Okay. And I started digging into it, YouTube University, like everyone starts.
Right?
And I came across this one guy, and I followed him. And a week later, he made a post on his Instagram. He said, looking for sales guys, hit me up, right? The position's going to go by fast. I said, okay, I checked him out. And this the guy was living the dream I wanted, right? Penthouse in Hollywood, iced out watch, designer, everything, living the life, had a great car and everything. I'm like, okay, that's the guy I want to learn from. If he's doing real estate, I want to learn from him. And later I went to the interview and just got under his wing. He hired me, and I was his acquisition guy. I was his acquisition guy for 2 years. And that's where I learned everything. I got exposed to the entire industry.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yeah, so 2 years you're in acquisitions and you decide, hey, I'm gonna take this position and I'm gonna learn from the best, or learn from somebody who has what I want, and then apply it. So you were very intentional about. It sounds to me like you live a life of intentionality. There's something I want. What are the steps to go get it? And then you heard the word wholesaling, and then you did your little research, right? You get on YouTube and you find out, oh, this is something that I can do. And the one thing I want the audience to hear is that there was an opportunity, and you said, I'll take it. I'm ready. So in those 2 years, tell me what were some of the biggest takeaways? What did you learn? What did you take with you, in that education?
Right. So when I joined his group, he also had a partner. It was two of them, right? One of them taught me the hustle, the grit, what it takes to win in real estate. And it's mainly has to do with sales, right? The grit you need to have in sales, right? The skills level you have to have the sales. The other partner, he taught me personal development. How do you have to think, right? How do you have to think? How do you got to see these opportunities? Are you going to give up when it's tough? Or are you going to be open-minded and say, hey, this is just one bad season, or this is a season I'm going through, but if I keep at it every single day, I will win and you will succeed. And so I got the best of both worlds, right? I got the sales killer, and then I got the guy teaching me personal development. And for those 2 years, I didn't question them. I didn't do anything. They told me to do something. I did it. I'll be at the office at 7 a.m. and I'll leave at 7 p.m., right? And I'll get home and review the notes and the recordings and everything. So just 2 years of just constant hustle, 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 learning the game, learning personal development, and seeing them succeed in front of me was just all the motivation I needed.
So that's interesting. Most people aren't willing to take 2 years out of their lives to learn something, to do something, to get a result. Most people want it now.
Uh-huh.
So was that intentional? Was you when you got the position and you were with them, did you say to yourself, at some point I want to do this on my own, but I've got to have the quivers in my case. I've got to have the I've got to have the knowledge, and I've got to have like a baseball card has all the stats on it, right? I've got to be able to close deals. I've got to be able to do these things. But yeah, at what point did you say, okay, I've got to do my own thing now?
Yeah, so originally when I got in there and I was learning all this from them, I was making great income just being an acquisition guy. I was making great. I learned how to close deals. I know how to be consistent, and I was making great income being an acquisition guy. But obviously, when there's partnerships, there's things going on in the back end that the partnership wasn't going too well with them. They decided to split, and well, in that opportunity, I was put in a position where like, hey, well, do I want to go with that guy? Do I want to go with that guy? Right? And I noticed that it worked so well because I was getting the best of both worlds together, right?
Right.
So at that point in my life, I had to make a decision. And both my partner and I said, hey, I think we learned a lot. We know a lot. We kind of ran their company because that's essentially what we did. We ran their company. We trained the callers. We managed the leads, everything, everything, everything. They were hands off. And I said, let's just do it ourselves. And I said, Yikes. Okay. Well, that means we're gonna have to invest our own money into this now. He's like, well, I mean, we know how to do it. And our mentor taught us that with a little bit of faith and belief, we'll get it done, man. I was like, all right, let's do it.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Wow. Wow.
Let's do
So
it.
tell me what that first maybe month was like. When did you get your first deal that was yours, and then when did it become like, all right, the train is off the tracks. We're going down, and we're gonna go crush.
It took us about 2 months to get our first deal on ourselves, right? And like I said, when we were with them, we taught us everything. And it could be a blessing and a curse. A blessing because I learned everything, and a cursing because now I could honestly do my own thing.
Right.
So I knew how to pull lists, I knew how to get leads. And so for the first month, I built up a list. We started calling day in, day out, every single day. And we
Were you guys doing at this point? Were you guys doing the calling yourselves?
we were doing the calling ourselves, no cold calling.
Wow.
We're doing the
Wow.
calling ourselves. We invested in a dialer. I will be on one day. I'll be on the dialer making the cold calls, and then my partner will be doing acquisition calls on the leads I submitted, and we'll just switch off, take turns. And it took us about 3 weeks to get the first deal, and that one was in North Carolina, and ended up being a 25K rip, and that's what we needed to just go ham.
All right, so this is interesting. So this was not even in the market that you live in, right? And so most people are like, "Well, my market's, we don't do a lot of wholesales here." Well, you live in. Have you ever been to North Carolina before?
I never been in any of the states I do business in other than California.
Well, that's awesome. So yeah, if you don't mind, tell us what states you guys have been able to wholesale in.
We've been able to wholesale, of course, California. This is my backyard. We've done deals in Texas, Arizona, North Carolina, Indiana. We kind of dabbled into a little bit into everything to see which one's the best one for us. Which one would be easier cash flow as far as deal comes in, like what stays easier to get deals in, and things of that nature.
So you've dialed that in a little bit, and then I like it. So but when you got that deal in North Carolina, a little 25K rip, you just knew, okay, let's get back on the phones, let's get the next one, and let's keep this thing rolling. So how long ago was that till today? Like what was the time frame?
That was last year. Last year,
Okay, so
yeah.
the operations has moved pretty quickly. So yeah, tell the audience what the operation looks like now, Cesar.
Yeah, so just to kind of build it up, last year when we got that first 25K, we got excited like, whoa, this is not a commission check no more. Now we got the whole pie, right? So we were just operating like that. We would spend the money. We were like, okay, we need another deal. So we're like that all last year, right? Just living off deal, off deal, off deal. Never really had anything consistent. We'll go look for one when the money ran out. Um, but December, me and my partner sat down, okay, we have to build something solid. We have to predict how many deals are coming in. We have to predict what's coming in revenue wise every single month. So we're like, okay, let's start off and let's invest in some callers. And we first month we started with two, and we set a goal this year that every single quarter we have to get 5 new callers. So that was our goal. Um,
And what is it? What is their day to day look? Are they working 4 hours a day, 10 hours a day? What is one
Four
for us? Okay,
hours
gotcha.
a day. We have four in the morning, and then we got the other half in the afternoon. As soon as the morning shift clocks out, afternoon shift clocks in. All right, and we grown it to now 16 callers. We actually uh hired more callers faster than what we anticipated. It was supposed to be five every quarter, but now we're at 16, and it's going pretty well. I have 2 acquisition guys.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
And they're killing it right now. So now my role is just to make sure that the leads are there, the marketing is great, and my partner handles the disposition and selling the deals.
Okay, so that's how it's divvied up. So he finds, once you find a deal, he goes into, I'm going to scour and find the right investor that's going to buy this deal.
Correct.
And that's awesome. And so are your VAs local or are they out of the country?
Out of the country.
Okay. And do you guys train them yourselves?
Train them myself. I motivate them myself. I'm in the trenches with them. Sometimes I have to hop on the dialer for 30 minutes to show them you could get
right. Yeah. So that's beautiful. I mean, that's what you need to do. That's leadership 101 is, hey, let me show you guys. Just watch me. So that's how things are taught. Like, hey, watch me a few times, and then you go do it, and then I'll watch you. We'll make a couple adjustments, and if you can get them consistently doing that, then Katie Bart, that is amazing. So but the main channel you have for generating leads is outbound calling, correct?
Outbound calling. We did SMS as well. SMS was really big for us, but regulations were very heavy last year. It was hard. You have to send text messages a certain way, put your company name on it.
Right.
All the regulations they were asking for. And at the same time, we were doing cold calling, and we're noticing that, hey, SMS is doing great, but most of our deals are coming through cold calling. Why not just double down on what's working and scale that?
Right.
That
if you had to say average cold caller cost you what a month? Just one. What would that be? Just one cold caller a month.
One caller a month.
At 4 hours a day for 5 days a week.
I would say $320 a month.
$320 a month.
Caller, yeah.
For one cold caller. That's great. And that's a good and the expectation is for one cold caller to give you how do you track your KPIs? Is it how many leads or deals, or what do you really concentrate on as far as
the quota for them is two leads.
Two. Right. 2 leads a day. Gotcha.
2 leads a day, and it's every single one. Sometimes they fall short and they submit one, right? But what I like to tell my callers is sometimes they have real tough days and they have nothing, and I kind of installed it in their mind that we cannot end the day with zeros. I'd rather have a not so good lead than you submit a zero.
Right.
Every single morning.
Yeah. And that's for them, right? Yeah.
Them, and I show them the status of the week, where they're at for the day. How did the day look before? And they sometimes, get down when they see a red on their name for that day, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, you don't want to be that caller with the red, right? You want to be the caller with the yellow or green, right? And they're like, yes, boss. And I just talk to them. I motivate them. And, one thing I installed to my callers is the same thing that was installed to me, right? The skill set is a big thing, but that's the easy part.
Right.
The part is being consistent and believing you could get results.
Right.
That's one thing I remind them each and every single day, right? And they love it. They love it because I treat them like a human. I know I did cold calling, when I first started as well, and it's tough.
Right.
It's not easy, so I relate with them, and they relate with me, and they're happy working for me, and the results are, I get an influx of leads every single week.
and that's the big difference is leadership is about serving them, and like you said earlier, when you get on that cold call and show them, and then you hear their cold calls, and you and being able to say, hey, I did this for 4 hours a day, me and my partner, and so we know how to do this, and we can teach you how to do it well. It really is great, is a great leadership quality, and I bet you they work harder for you than you would for somebody else just saying, yeah, we need cold callers. We don't know much about it. Here's the script. Go get us some leads.
Yeah, like I said, they're human, and our main source of marketing is cold calling. So you got to make sure that the cold callers are taken care of real good, because they're at the front line for you, right? Without them and without their leads, well, honestly, my acquisition guys wouldn't have deals to close. So you got to make sure that they're just as valuable as anybody in my company.
Awesome. So the other thing is your acquisition guys, they get the lead and they close them over the phone. Is that usually what happens?
Over the phone. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. That's really good. So how did you train your acquisition guys? How did you source those fellas?
So we actually had a hard time with that, because the way we were taught acquisition and sales, there was no scripts, right? There was no scripts. I came in savage. I came in hungry. I came in as a fast learner. You tell me once, I got to hear it once, and I got it, right? And my partner was the same way. That's why we bonded so well. But now when we started hiring guys and we had to teach them what we know, like, yikes, you know what? Not everybody learns the way we learned. Some people need a script. Some people need a sheet of rebuttals and objections, right? So me and my partner sat down, and that was the hardest part. It's still the hardest part of our job right now, is making sure that we're teaching what we know to our sales guys. So my partner spent some time developing rehab sheets, developing questions, developing, a script that doesn't really sound like a script. It sounds like a conversation, right? And for us, we take sales and communication very, very serious, right? We don't want to be on the phones and sound like the salespeople. We want to get on the phones and actually have my guys having great quality conversations.
Connect. Yeah. That's what I hear. I hear that you want them to know that the people are real people, and that you guys are there to solve a problem and help them with it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, Cesar, this is very great for a couple of reasons. Number one, how young you are, and then how knowledgeable, how you've taken, what you've learned and filtered it to make a business that at 24 years old is really an enviable position, because there's not a lot of 24-year-olds that are this focused and crushing it like you're doing, man. So kudos to you. So where can people find out more about you and your company and about what you're doing?
Yeah, they can find me I'm on TikTok a little bit. I'm also on Instagram a little bit, not too much, just because I'm really busy on the day-to-day building my operation. But I do pop out from time to time they can find me at D'Angelo Mercado.
Okay. Awesome. Cesar, we'll put that in the show notes. Folks, thank you guys for watching the Real Estate Pros Podcast. Cesar Mercado out of South Central LA, thank you for being a part of it. We want everybody to like and subscribe and check out some of our other podcasts on the Real Estate Pros Podcast. We'll be coming out with some more soon, folks. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.